Hello everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to the channel. I'm here today with part 2 of my November 2020 media pickups video. So last month was crazy. As you guys saw in part 1, I went absolutely nuts with some awesome pickups, specifically in the Blu-ray and 4K realm around Black Friday time. The deals I'm going to talk about today, or the items I'm going to talk about today, I got on deals, but they were not necessarily Black Friday branded deals. Now, you could argue, because there are some here from like the 2-for-1 Target sale, for example, and you could argue that that was a Black Friday deal, but I just decided to split them up. So it doesn't really matter. You guys are seeing everything that I grabbed, so that's really all that counts. But I have so many things to talk about again today, including some video games. So we'll start with video games, and then we're kind of going to work through in a different order. Normally I start with DVD, then Blu-ray, then 4K. Today though, we'll talk basically where I got them. So the stores I got them from, just because that seemed easier in my head. I don't know if it will be or not, but hopefully you guys don't mind. So tons to talk about. Let's not waste any time at all. Let's dive right in. The very first thing I need to talk about, of course, is the Xbox Series X. I was fortunate enough to get a pre-order in on Amazon months ago. Whenever the first round of pre-orders started, it was looking grim that day, but I got lucky. I finally got one in like, I don't know, a few hours after they ended up going on sale. So I did get my Xbox Series X from Amazon on launch day, which I believe was what? November 13th, I think, was launch day for the Series X. November 13th, yeah, November 13th or November 11th. There was a PS5 in there also. I don't remember exactly, but either way, this generation. So typically I have both consoles. I think ever since the PS2 and Xbox days, I've just had all the consoles because I've been fortunate enough to be able to purchase them because I've had jobs since then. So, I'm used to having all of the consoles, but this generation, I decided, you know what? I only need one. I really don't play my PS4 all that much. Now, my PS4 gets used a lot because we did use it as a media player, basically, in my living room, but I didn't use it nearly as much as I used my Xbox One, and I love my Xbox One. So, because I like the controller better for the Xbox, it feels better in my hands. I like the controller better, so I decided to just go with the Xbox Series X at launch. Now, that said, after the PS5 came out, I did want to get it, and so I tried getting it, but I couldn't get lucky. It just wasn't happening. So, which is for the best because I didn't need to spend the money on it right now. That said, I will try to get it at some point. Honestly, I want to get it after a console redesign, like maybe the PS5 Slim, because I genuinely dislike the PS5 look. So, and I don't, if you love it, great. That's awesome. I'm not looking to have an argument about which console is better or anything like that. Play what you love and, love what you play. It doesn't matter to me. But, so I decided to go with the Xbox Series X and I am loving it. Like I always say, I go through cycles, it'll be pro wrestling at one point. It'll be video games and then it'll be, movies and then books. And I go through media cycles throughout the year. And right now I am definitely in my video game cycle, which makes sense because I watched so many movies in October that like I may have burned myself out a little bit. So like November I honestly, it was probably just because of the excitement of the new console. So November has been really was really a video game month, and that has continued into December. But so I did take some pictures of the console. I didn't bring it down with me at all to film, but I did take some pictures and some video of the console when I got it. So hopefully you guys are seeing that now. But I just think this thing looks gorgeous. It's sleek, it's slim, it fits perfectly in my entertainment area. Like, it just works for me. So I'm so glad I decided to go this route. And my first impressions of the console have been incredible. The load times on this gen are essentially non-existent. And I should mention that everything I'm saying about the Xbox Series X, you could really say about the PS5 as well, because they are virtually the same thing. Like, I know there are very passionate people out there who will disagree, very strongly with me, and that's fine. But to me, they are so similar that they're virtually the same thing. But load times are virtually non-existent. It's incredible. I've been actually spending a lot of time with last gen games because, admittedly, there's not a ton of new stuff for the Series X at this point. But going back and playing like Madden 20 and NHL 20, NBA 2K21 is one that is, Series X enhanced. But even playing those old games, just like the detail is improved and the load times are just amazing. I did like download Forza Horizon 4 again from Xbox Game Pass, which I'm a Xbox, Ultimate member or whatever, so you do get the Game Pass. And that's what I've been spending a lot of my time with, are the Game Pass games, because they do have EA Play with it now, which I am a huge sports gamer, as you guys know. So, it's been a ton of fun for me. NBA 2K21, for example, the graphics are just breathtaking. Like, you can see like divots in the court, in the hardwood. Like, it's amazing what they can do with it. So, and this is only the launch games at this point. Like, I'm really excited to see where this generation goes, because I think it's going to be just continuously improved, and I cannot wait to see where it goes. So I'm so happy with my Xbox Series X purchase. If you guys got a new console, please let me know down in the comments below. Did you go Xbox Series X? Did you go with PS5? Let me know how you're loving it or not. Let me know down in the comments below. But let's talk about some of the games I grabbed recently. I have 5 games, and actually all 5 of these do have Series X enhancements, so that's cool. Let's talk about the one I'm most upset about first. So, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I wasn't going to get this game, but I wanted something for the Series X, and I love the Call of Duty campaigns. I don't play in multiplayer at all. I love the campaigns. So I wanted to grab this. So I did this one with a buy 2 get 1 free sale with NBA 2K1 and one of the movies I'll show you later. But I have not been able to play this game. It will not connect to the servers. And again, I don't want to play multiplayer. I want to play single player, but you have to be connected online, and it just won't. I have been blowing up the Activision support for help. They are completely ignoring me 100%. I actually even just DM'd them, because that's what they always tell people when they reply to them is, send me a DM. So I've even DM'd them, direct messaged them on Twitter, and they still haven't replied to me. Like, it's absurd. I paid theoretically, I paid $70 for this game. I didn't really, because of the buy 2 get 1, but theoretically, I would have spent $70 on this game, and I cannot play it. It is virtually unplayable. If you guys have any idea what might be going on with this, please let me know, because I am willing to take any, try anything at this point to get this game to work. But yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is the first game I wanted to talk about, and really my first huge disappointment this month. On the other end of the spectrum, something I've not been disappointed with is NBA 2K21. So this is another one that I grabbed with the buy 2 get 1 from Amazon, like I talked about, and oh my gosh, like, this is amazing. Again, the graphics are stunningly gorgeous. I'm a huge sports gamer, so obviously, this is something for me. Might not be for everyone, I totally get it, so I won't spend a lot of time on it, but just the visuals here alone are amazing. Like, I don't know, 2K does such a wonderful job with, like, post-game things, just like interviews in between, quarters, things like that. Like, the presentation on NBA 2K21 is so far ahead from anything Madden does. It's just ridiculous. But NBA 2K21 was another game I grabbed, and it is phenomenal. Highly recommended if you guys have a new system, be it PS5 or Xbox Series X. These next 3 do have Series X upgrades, but I have not played them yet just because I've been playing other things, but I wanted to grab them because they were cheap. So first up, we have Maneater, and this game just looks like so much fun. It's like Jaws, but in video game form. So you play as the Maneater, the shark, so this great white, and I don't know, it just looks awesome. And my buddy has said it's so much fun, and it does have, believe it or not, this kind of smaller game from Deep Silver has an Xbox Series X upgrade. So very interested to dive into this one. Pun intended. But yeah, heard great things, excited to get to it. And then we have another one that I wasn't going to get, but then the price dropped down to like $30, so I grabbed it. This is Watch Dogs Legion. So this is one that I've actually never played any of these games, but I've heard really good things about this. You don't have to have played the other games to appreciate this one. And it takes place in London, which is just fun. Like, you don't see that a ton. So I'm excited to get to this one once I do. And another one with a Series X upgrade. So had to grab it for the $30 it dropped down to. You know what? I also grabbed a PS4 game, which I totally forgot to grab, but I'll talk about that in just a second. But next up and last for the Xbox Series X is Borderlands 3. So I, again, have never played the first 2 Borderlands, but I've read that you don't need to have played those to appreciate this, and there's a Series X upgrade. This dropped down to $10. So I needed my first-person shooter fix since Call of Duty wasn't working, so I did grab Borderlands 3. I have opened this one, and I've installed it, but I have not played it yet, so yeah, we'll see when I get around to it. Hopefully I'll get to this one in the next week or so here, just because I want to play a first-person shooter. So this is going to be the way to do that. And then the PS4 game, which I just remembered that I grabbed, was actually Star Wars Squadrons. Now, if you guys have been following the channel, you might think to yourselves, wait, you already grabbed that one. And yes, I did. I bought it the day it came out from Walmart for 40 bucks. But that actually made me fail one of my goals. I hadn't opened it and never even played it. So I thought to myself, why not return it? This is probably going to be on sale on Black Friday. So I did. I returned that one to Walmart. So I technically am still meeting my goal, one of my entertainment goals that I set in 2020, which I'll talk about at the end of this year, my update on those. But because I returned that one, I actually was able to buy it again from Target, and I had like Target cash or whatever it is, rewards money. So I spent $3 and change on Star Wars Squadrons on PS4. And if you guys don't know, this is actually available to play in PSVR, which I do have PSVR. So I'm interested to get to this one. Obviously, it wasn't on the high priority for me because I owned it once, didn't open it for almost 2.5 months, and then I returned it. So it is what it is. I will get to it eventually because obviously it's Star Wars. I love Star Wars, and it is PSVR. So, you know, I have to be in the right mood to play VR, but hopefully that mood will spring back on me pretty soon. So Star Wars Squadrons is another one I grabbed from Black Friday, and that's all the video games I picked up recently. So all of my collectibles are actually in their own video, so I won't re-show those here, but you can find that on the channel. It is my November 2020 collectible haul, so definitely check that out if you're interested. So now let's talk Blu-rays, DVDs, and 4K releases. So like I said, I'll go in a kind of store order here as best I can. So first up, I went through my list. I thought this one was a December pickup, but no, it was a late November haul. So this is Doctor Who, the complete David Tennant collection. So look at this guy. This is chunky. This is awesome because this is 4 seasons, I believe, or 3. Season 2, Season 3, Season 4 series, I think is how they call them, but of Doctor Who with David Tennant. So I have never seen this before, and I've heard great things about it. I actually, if you guys didn't see, I did pick up I think it was like Series 8, Part 1 and Part 2 on DVD from Dollar Tree this past month. So, you know, I decided, hey, I guess I'm on a Doctor Who thing now. This was down to, oh goodness, I'm not going to remember, 15 to 20 bucks. Like, it was very cheap for all of the David Tennant episodes, which it also has all these special features on it there too, which is pretty cool. So yeah, again, I don't know much about Doctor Who, but I want to know more because it's just that nerdy type of thing that I'm sure I'm going to enjoy. So very interested to check this one out. You know, I'll get to it eventually at some point in my life. You know, I always hear people say, oh, you buy too much. And I totally understand that. I do buy too much, but it's in my physical media collection now forever. I can watch this now at any point. I don't have to rely on a streaming service to see it, which I watch streaming all the time, but they go away, you know, so this will never leave until I forcibly remove it from my collection. So I will get to this at some point and very excited to do that once I do. Doctor Who, the complete David Tennant collection on Blu-ray. These next two I'm really excited about because they are actually Criterion Collection picks. Now, I didn't get either of these from Barnes & Noble, believe it or not, but they were on sale due to the Barnes & Noble sale. I'm sure Amazon was price matching. So this first one has been one that has been on my wish list from Criterion for so long, and I just never pulled the trigger. I finally did, because not only was it half off, there was actually an extra coupon that made this like $16 and change. So this is Akira Kurosawa's The Hidden Fortress. This was released in 1958, and I believe it's spine number 116. So this was a huge inspiration for Star Wars. George Lucas must have seen this movie and loved it because this is a similar story to Star Wars, at least everything I know about it. That's always how I hear it explained. So Star Wars is one of my favorites. Of course, I need to check out some of the inspirations. So I've heard nothing but excellent things about this. Every Akira Kurosawa film I've seen has been impeccable, which I think there's maybe been 2 or 3 only, so I'm very far behind on my Kurosawa, but I've heard great things. I cannot wait to watch Hidden Fortress from 1958. Very happy to have this one in the Criterion Collection. The last Criterion Collection purchase I made last month was one I wasn't expecting to get. I wanted to get The Irishman, but I ended up passing on it and figured I'd watch it on Netflix first just to make sure I love it. But this one was on my July wish list, but then I decided, you know what, it's expensive, you don't need it, and so I passed on it. The only reason I did end up grabbing this, though, is because I had NBA 2K21, I had Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War, and those are both like $70, so I needed something that was more expensive to get in order to make the buy two, get one free worthwhile. There were no other games I wanted around that price at the time, so I looked at movies, and this one popped up because it's more expensive. I can't remember exactly what the retail price is, but I found it on that buy two, get one free sale, so I figured that would be the perfect excuse to get it. So this is The Three Fantastic Journeys of Carl Zeman, and I could be butchering that pronunciation, and I apologize if I am, but this has 3 movies in it. It has Journey to the Beginning of Time from 1955, Invention for Destruction from 1958, and The Fabulous Baron Munchausen from 1962. So these are actually 3 Czech films, which is really interesting. And I think they utilize stop motion quite a bit here. They're kind of that fantastical sci-fi. Heard great things about this, and you know what, like this, the reason to get this is for this pop-up packaging. Like, it's supposed to look really cool. This is supposed to be great. Very good set, especially because it was part of the buy two, get one free. Like, you can't beat that. So excited now that I have the Fantastic Journeys by Carl Zeman in my collection. So those are the 2, and let me see, this is spine numbers 1015, 16, and 17 for reference. So yeah, 2 more Criterion films to add to the collection. So that's 7 different releases that I added in November. Now, if you want to see the other 5 I grabbed, definitely check out the video I released like the first weekend of November after the Criterion Collection sale at Barnes & Noble started, because I grabbed 5 that day when I went. So 7 movies in total. I'm so happy to add Criterion Collection films to the collection all the time. So check that out if you want to see the other Criterion movies I grabbed. But that's going to do it for Criterion for this month. So I know I said that these are all in order of like purchase location, but they're not exactly. So those are some Amazon. Here are actually a couple that I got from my buddy. So he actually won the 4K release I'm going to show you guys, but I think he watched it, decided he didn't want it, or he took the digital out. I don't remember, but he didn't want it. So he ended up selling it to me for $10, and that's with shipping. So this was a great deal. So he was basically just, you know, being nice. But he also included Tales from the Hood 3 on DVD with the slip cover, so God bless him. That's awesome. But look at the back here. This looks pretty good. He actually sent me some like videos of this while he was watching it, and it looks absolutely bonkers. So very interested in checking this out. No, I've never seen the first one or the second one, but hey, I got the third one now. Might as well see it. And then the one I actually got that, I bought from him was Antebellum on Blu-ray, or on 4K rather. So this one, I don't know a ton about, but I know it was a horror film that actually came out in theaters this year. And so, yeah, I'm very intrigued to check it out. It looks like something I'd probably enjoy. So we'll see how Antebellum is. So thank you to my buddy. I really do appreciate that. I have Antebellum and Tales from the Hood 3. Spent $10 with shipping. So that's a really good deal. Can't pass that up for a 4K movie and a special extra DVD to go with it. So earlier today, I actually filmed a vlog, and it's kind of one of a more traditional vlog than I've ever done on this channel. But one of the stops I made was at Big Lots. I totally forgot that I went to a Big Lots last month, and I did find 3 things I'm going to talk about now. But funny story from Big Lots. I was actually wearing this hoodie, which you can't really see, but it's my Friday the 13th Nintendo game hoodie. And on the back, it talks about something like, all your friends are dead, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And so this completely random stranger started talking to me in line. And honestly, I get a lot of compliments from this hoodie. And so hearing someone ask me about my hoodie was not terribly unusual, but this guy had a completely different agenda. And basically, long story short, he told me I was going to spend eternity in hell multiple times until I stopped talking with him, because he was a complete jerk. But that's my Big Lots story. So I didn't go to that one again because I don't want to run into that nonsense again. I went to a different Big Lots today for my vlog, which you guys, it's either posted now or will be soon. But anyway, the first thing I found from Big Lots is called The Human Race. And I've heard of this before. I remember it when I worked at the video store, and it's from Macabre. Oh my gosh. That's how I know that name. Accelerator Media. So I don't know, you probably have no idea what I'm referring to, but there were some Dollar Tree Blu-rays that I found that had that logo on it, that Accelerator Media logo on it. It wasn't macabre like this, but it was something else. But I knew that name, Accelerator Media, and this must be how. It's from this line. So yeah, anyway, connecting the dots as I go here. But yes, as you can see, this was $3. This is like, I think it's something kind of like, The Long Walk with Stephen King, which I just read this year. It says post-apocalyptic. It says race or die on it. It looks interesting enough. And for $3, I figured I would give it a shot. I wasn't finding anything else really, so I figured I'd try this one. And then I found 2 Blu-rays as well. First up is a sci-fi looking number. This is called Atomica, and this actually has Tom Sizemore in it, which we've talked about in my Dollar Tree video. Not the best guy, but yeah, so this looks pretty good. In the near future, when communications go offline at a remote nuclear power plant, a young safety inspector, Abby Dixon, is forced to fly out to bring them back online. So it looks like once she gets inside, then she starts wondering if these people are kind of nuts. So I don't know, sounds interesting, something I would probably enjoy. So it's going to be one of those, low budget sci-fi films, but it sounds really cool. And then finally, this was on clearance for $2.50. This is Trainwreck. So this is, what's her name? Schumer. Amy Schumer? Amy Schumer? Yes, Amy Schumer. She is the lead here. This is one of her comedy vehicles. I've never really seen her in a film, so I'm interested to see this one. I know she is very divisive. You either love her or you hate her, so I'm very interested to see where I fall. I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't take a lot for me to laugh, so I'm probably going to fall on the side that loves her, but you never know until you try it. So for $2.50, I definitely want to add this Blu-ray to the collection. So Big Lots did not have a ton for me, but I did get 3 things and spent very little. At most, this would have been $5, but I doubt I paid $5 for it. It maybe been $3, I don't know. And then $3 and $2.50. So, can't beat when you find clearance movies at Big Lots because they're just so cheap. So these 3 were the ones I grabbed from Big Lots in November. So, of course, I did hit up Disc Replay last month because I go there, I don't know, every weekend or 2. Like, I'm there all the time. But this one is one that I was so excited because I found the sequel to this at Dollar Tree. And every time I went to any Disc Replay, I couldn't find it. This last month, I got lucky. This is, B13 or District B13. So this is the sequel to it's like B13U, I think, or D13U. I don't know, whatever. I got, like I said, the sequel for $1. Here it is. Yeah, D13U. So this is the sequel, and this is the original now. So I'm so happy that I was able to find this one because I want to check these out. They're supposed to be like parkour action movies. I don't know. They sound ridiculous, but we'll see. And I made a mistake. I said that this is what District 9 was based off of, but it's not. This is what Brick Mansions is based off of. So yeah, very interested to check out District 13 and its sequel. So glad to have found this one. And that District B13 was actually part of a buy 2, get 2 free sale that they were having on, I think it was Black Friday week or whatever it was. And so this one is Kevin Costner's Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. So I've never seen this one, but I think I've mentioned his channel a lot lately just because I've been watching it while I work. But Heath at Serial at Midnight is a huge Robin Hood fan. And so I figured, hey, I need to know more about Robin Hood. I don't think I've seen any of his movies or any Robin Hood movies. So why not give this one a shot? And it was so cheap. So, ended up paying like $2.50 each for these. I think they were all $5, and then it was buy 2, get 2. So you end up paying about $2.50 each for these, which is great. So this one has a good handful of special features on it as well. So very intrigued to check out this one. And I just noticed this is the extended version. So I'm guessing that means it's going to be pretty long. Let's see. Is there a runtime on this? Oh yeah, 155 minutes. So a good lengthy movie here, so I won't rush to get to this one, but eventually I'll watch Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, starring Kevin Costner. Maybe I'll make this a double feature with Waterworld, which I picked up recently as well. Who knows? This one was completely random, but I've been devouring a lot of true crime lately, specifically in podcast form. And so this one felt like right up that alley. It's called The Captive, and it has Ryan Reynolds in it. I love when typically comedic actors play more serious roles, like Jim Carrey in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, one of my favorite movies ever. Adaptation with Will Ferrell, another great one. I love when that happens. And so I'm hoping this kind of has that same thing going on. We'll see. me, but it looks really cool. Like, basically, it is, I believe, like, his daughter is taken, and then years and years down the line, they find out she's alive, and so he's trying to get her back. I don't know. It sounds interesting, and it has a great cast, so very interested to check out The Captive. And the last one I grabbed from that buy two, get two free sale. So I know that you guys, you might not like this one, but that's okay. I love Seth MacFarlane. I am a humongous Family Guy fan. Like, I've watched all of the seasons, all of the episodes multiple times. I love that show. I like American Dad. Like, I enjoyed the Cleveland Show, and I like his brand of humor. So I never seen this. I did like Ted too. I really like Ted, but A Million Ways to Die in the West is one that has been on, I think I referenced this before. I have like a cheap Blu-rays to buy list on my phone. And this is one of those that has been on there for the longest time because I've always wanted to see this and never have. So I found it for cheap, with the slipcover, mind you, so that's great. So I had to pick it up. So let me know if you guys like this one. Is it typical Seth MacFarlane? If so, that's a good thing to me, so I'll probably enjoy it. But A Million Ways to Die in the West, and that was the last one from my buy two, get two free sale. But I do have a couple more I want to talk about from Disc Replay. I'll actually show these three together because they're completely random. And frankly, I don't even like the first movie of this, but I don't know. Sometimes you're at the store, you're like, I drove all this way, I need something, right? And these were cheap. These are like $8 each on 4K. So we have the Lego Movie, the Lego Ninjago movie, and the Lego Batman movie. So yeah, again, I've only seen the Lego Movie, and I've only seen like parts of it, and I never really enjoyed it. It was one of those video store staples again for me. The Lego Ninjago movie, I know nothing about, but it was there, so I grabbed it. Lego Batman, I'm really interested to see because obviously I love Batman. So we'll see how these are. I've actually just heard someone talking about Lego Batman and how it was their least favorite of the Lego movies, but that's all right. It was cheap, so we'll see how I like it. So now if I can just find like the sequel to Lego Movie, then I'll definitely grab that on 4K. But I know there's others. This is a huge franchise, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't know anything about these other than they're like, kid-oriented films that are supposed to be positive. So we'll see. We'll see how they are. If you've seen any of these, let me know where to start. Otherwise, I probably will just start with the Lego Movie and work my way down. But yeah, Lego Movie, Lego Ninjago movie, and Lego Batman movie. All for $8 each at Disc Replay is where I grabbed these. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I like them or not. All right, so the rest of this stack is all from Amazon, and this was just a random one. I had just finished the book, and I want to watch the adaptation. So this is Ender's Game. I didn't really hear much about the movie at all when it came out, but I loved the book. I thought the book was just so well done. So I'm very intrigued to check this out. It's interesting too, because at the end of the audiobook, there's actually like an interview with the author, Orson Scott Card. And he talks about how basically like an adaptation had been decades in the making, essentially. And so I'm very interested to see how it finally turned out. So Ender's Game, and I did grab the 4K release of it, because why not? It was like $10. So definitely intrigued to check this one out. And this one will be high on the priority list because I just finished the book. I don't want to forget all of it before I get to the movie. I recently stumbled upon a new YouTube channel, new to me. They're not new at all. They have a ton of subscribers, but they were talking about Al Pacino in Cruising, and he actually mentioned that this was one of his favorite horror films. So I needed to check this out. I believe Al Pacino is playing a serial killer here. So of course, that's right up my alley. I'm very interested in this one. I guess he's like cruising the streets. I don't know if it's New York, LA, I don't know, but it is William Friedkin, which I didn't realize. So that's pretty cool. William Friedkin, French Connection, Exorcist, very well-known director. But yeah, it looks like New York. So he's cruising the streets of New York, preying on women. So I'm very interested in checking this one out. It's supposed to be incredibly brutal. So very excited to watch Cruising. And this is an Arrow release. So it's always fun to add an Arrow video release to my collection. And it has all those special features there, which is really cool. So Cruising with Al Pacino. I don't know. We'll see how it is. It sounds awesome. I was actually just thinking about this, and I think this could very well be my only Kino Lorber release in my media collection, which kind of seems insane to me because I, talk about them so much, or I hear of them talked about so much, and I'm on their website adding things to my cart all the time. I've just yet to pull the trigger. But this is Deep Star 6, and this one came out in either October or early November, and the Blu-ray has been getting really good reviews, so I am super interested. This, to me, it sounds like the movie Alien, but set underwater. So very interested to check this out. I don't like The Abyss, but We'll see if this one's any better. I'm thinking it's going to be a very different movie anyway. But yeah, so you can see the special features there. There's a ton, which is great. And it has the slipcover. Haven't opened it yet. It has a slipcover. But this is actually directed by Sean S. Cunningham, who did the original Friday the 13th. So I don't know. I'm hoping this one's good. We'll see how it is. Very intrigued to check out Deep Star 6 from 1989. Should be fun. I have 4 items left to show you guys, and all 4 of these are box sets, so I'm really excited to share these with you guys. And the first 3 are actually all Scream Factory box sets. So first up, we have the Critters collection. I've not seen any of these films. I did own them on DVD, but I decided to upgrade to the Blu-ray because it was so cheap. If you guys have been watching pickup videos recently, you've probably seen these quite a lot. These 3 I'm going to talk about because they were all part of the buy 2 get 1 free at various points, and they've just been on sale. So very excited to add the Critters collection. And this one kind of, it feels like a lesser Scream Factory box set because it doesn't have as cool of art. Like, it's just the Critters. I don't know. It's okay, but it's not as cool as these next 2. So let's jump now over to the second of these 3 box sets from Scream Factory. And this is the Omen Collection Deluxe Edition. And maybe that's the difference. This one is not a deluxe edition, but this is. So that's cool. So this one, I actually owned the Blu-ray of the Omen Collection, but that original Blu-ray set did not have, which one? Omen 4, I believe, which is actually, doesn't even have Damien in it, I believe. But it had the others, just not Omen 4. So I figured, hey, for the price, this was like $30. I think all of these were somewhere around 30 to 40, like very cheap. For the price, I figured I would add that to the collection. So tons of new special features, remastered in 4K of the original Omen. Like, this is an awesome set, and it's the deluxe edition, so the artwork is beautiful on it. So yeah, very happy to have this. And mine didn't have one of those clamshells on it either, where it locks it in, so it's not ruined, which is always good. But yeah, Omen Collection Deluxe Edition was the second box set I grabbed. And then finally, from Scream Factory, you guys probably already know what it is, but this is the one I was most excited about. It's the Fly Collection. So this is a 5-film set. This one doesn't say Deluxe Edition on it anywhere that I can see, but it does have artwork like the Omen, so it feels like a more legitimate collection. So this is the only way you can actually watch The Fly 2 on Blu-ray. So that's one of the main draws for this. I did have the original, I'm sorry, not the original, the remake of The Fly on Blu-ray already, and I love that movie. Never seen the sequel, and I've never seen the original 3. So very excited to dive into this box set. Like, I am super intrigued how these are. So yeah, this is awesome. This is one that was really hard to find for quite a while, but then finally came back in print, or I don't know, they found some extra boxes of it. I have no idea, but Omen, The Fly, and Critters, like, that's awesome. So happy to have these 3 now. Flip that around. In the collection, and now they are going to sit on top of my Scream Factory. Well, it's not just Scream Factory, it's a boutique label shelf, so they're going to sit on top of that. So very happy to have the Fly collection, the Omen collection, and the Critters collection on Blu-ray from Scream Factory. Which I should mention, if you guys do follow me on Instagram, you would see some of these before I'm talking about them in a haul. So definitely follow me on Instagram at Cinefessions. That way you guys can kind of get sneak peeks at what's to come in these haul videos if you're interested in those as well. So something to keep in mind. This last one, I am so happy to own, but I'm a little disappointed in Amazon because the box is just, it's not in great shape. But this is one that I pre-ordered the day it was announced because I love this film franchise. The Cinefessions podcast did an entire arc dedicated to all these films. And like I said, I love them. I think they're so much fun. So I wanted to pick them up on 4K in this collection. I had it pre-ordered along with like the Scream Factory Friday the 13th set. But then I ended up canceling those because I decided to upgrade my living room with a new TV, a new soundbar. We got a new couch. Like, we did the works in the living room to upgrade it. So I didn't want to spend the money on it at that point. But then it came out, and I watched some reviews on it, and it's supposed to be excellent. Specifically, the sound quality on these is supposed to be great. So I had to grab it. Waited though, fortunately I waited, because it actually dropped down from its normal like $70 price down to, I believe it was $50 or 60, I forget exactly, but it dropped down a significant amount from like days after it went on sale. So I got lucky. I held off a little bit, and I ended up grabbing the Resident Evil 4K collection. It's complete. And it was only, like I said, 50 or 60 bucks, like very good price for all of these movies. And you guys can see there, I still have the J card attached. It has all of those there. It's all of the main franchise films, so it doesn't include the animated movies, which frankly I think are garbage anyway, so I'm totally fine with that. And I own maybe 1 or 2 of them on Blu-ray already anyway. But yeah, so let me take this J card off just so you guys can see a little. Well, actually, I don't even need to. So it comes off like this. And then all of these movies are in these little packages like this. They're little cardboard packages. Now, some people were wondering if these were going to be steelbooks because they looked a little bit like steelbooks in their pictures. They are not. So there's the front of Resident Evil and then the inside there. So each of them have an image from the film, and then it has the 4K disc and the Blu-ray disc. So yeah, these, and then on the back, another image from the film. Like, I love these movies. I think they are so much fun. Mila Jovovich is a blast to watch in these. Yeah, they're great. Let's look at one more, just so you guys can see another one here. Kind of from the middle, we have Afterlife, and you can see, if I can get it open, on the inside, another image, 4K disc and the Blu-ray, and then on the back there, too. So this is just an awesome set. I have not yet started watching these again, but I will soon because I love them. And again, if I don't watch them this month, next month, they're always here. They're not going anywhere. So yeah, you guys, this is such a cool set. I'm so glad they put this out with the Umbrella logo there on the front. I love Resident Evil. I've always enjoyed the games since I was a kid. They were like one of the first games I ever remember being scared watching. I actually watched my uncle play these when I was younger. But yeah, I'm so happy to have these. I love these movies. Cannot wait to dive back into these on 4K. So very cool set. Oh, but let me show you. So you can see, I don't know if you can make that out, but like the corners are all messed up. It came in like, it didn't even come in a box, which kind of blows my mind. Like each corner is dented. It came in one of those soft packages. Like, why? I paid, this is a decent costing set and it's a collector's edition. Like, treat it as such. Don't toss it into one of those like little foam or like whatever, the paper, what am I trying to say? Those bubbles, the bubble wrap. Don't toss into a bubble wrap mailer. Like, put it in a box, for goodness sake. So, anyway, that's enough of that. This collection is fantastic. Even if the box is a little messed up, super happy to have this in the collection. Let me know if you guys grabbed this because it was a great deal days after it came out. All right, and there they are, minus the box sets, because I don't want this to tumble, but that is everything else that I grabbed in the month of November. So it has been an incredible month, or it was an incredible month. So yeah, if you want to see everything I grabbed, I also have 3 Dollar Tree videos, because I went nuts at Dollar Tree as well during Black Friday weekend, because there were so many new movies for $1 each. So there is a 3-part Dollar Tree haul, there is a collectible haul, and then there also will be a book haul, which I am going to release here, either have released or will release in the coming days. So there's a lot to check out. And so check those out if you're interested. But let me know down in the comments below, what did you find this past month? Anything we're talking about? Where should I start with these? I always love getting recommendations from you guys, and I keep track of them, so I know what to kind of prioritize and what can go to the wayside and wait a little bit on. But let me know down in the comments below, because I love having more of a conversation with you guys down there. As always, if you guys like this video, please consider subscribing to Cinefessions here on YouTube. And if not, well, thank you anyway for watching this one. I really do appreciate that. And like I always say, I don't just talk movies, I talk movies, video games, books, comics. If it's media related, I'm interested in it. And if you are too, you might consider subscribing. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for today. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.